It's doing the same on my end. Yeah. I see what you're talking about. It's acting a fool too. I might have to. I'm gonna be right back, y'all. I'll be right back. Oh, is it working now? There we go. There we go. All right, bet. Yeah, it was whatever reason it was frozen for whatever. I don't know. Technology be acting a fool. See, they trying to stop us, but they don't be stopping nothing. They don't be stopping nothing. So yeah, man. But some people be so desperate and so yearning for attention that they gonna make multiple accounts just to follow you, just to like your content, to get your attention, to say hi, to wave at you. I just wanted to come up in here and say hi, man. Yeah. No, I just wanted to say hi. That's all I wanted to do. So I made like 10 different accounts so you could notice me. I wanted you to notice me, but you wasn't noticing me, so I made 9 other accounts. Like some of these people be like weird. Like, is that not weird to nobody else? Like, how you gonna sit around and make a whole bunch of accounts? Like some people be getting kicked out of these episodes and they be coming back in a whole nother account. That's like a car that gets banned from the store. So a person drive a different car up to the store to go back to the store. It don't make no sense. It don't make no sense at all whatsoever. But man, what we're gonna be talking about today is how these parents, we're gonna be talking about parents again. These parents be dressing their kids up in makeup. These parents be giving their kids plastic surgery. These parents be trying to make their kids look like they're grown adults. I remember one time I seen the video of this mother. She gave her little, I think it was a 9-year-old daughter. She gave her a voucher for implants. Melon implants. She gave her 9-year-old daughter a voucher for melon implants. Isn't that crazy? And then she was taking her kid to the I don't know what if it's a doctor or whatever the case may be, whoever it is that does it. I guess a surgeon or whoever for Botox. She was taking her 9-year-old kid for Botox to get Botox injections, and because her kid was competing in the beauty pageants in her school. So what the mother would do was literally give her so much surgery to where she looked like she would look like a plastic doll. And the kid even said that the Botox shots would hurt. She didn't want to do it, but she did it because her mother wanted her to. Because she knew that if she didn't come first place in the beauty pageants, her mother would be angry with her. And this is why I say some people do not deserve to be parents. Some people do not deserve the gift of having their own kids. It blows my mind how you could have take a child to get Botox shots, give a child implant voucher for your melons. It don't make no sense. This is a 9-year-old kid we talking about here, and this mother is literally giving her kid adult things, all in the name of winning a beauty pageant in her school. When there's so many other things could be going into this little girl besides all these different plastic surgeries and vouchers and Botox shots and all this other stuff. That money that you put into that could be going towards a college fund. That money that you put into that could be going towards her first car. That money that you putting in all that stuff could be it could be going towards her a future house or whatever the case may be that she's trying to get, that she need to get. Or it could go into an emergency fund for the both of y'all in case something happens and you don't got no money. But instead you want to sit around and put it into plastic surgery for a 9-year-old kid, man. Isn't that something? Isn't that something? And then the same mother, guess what? The same mother was a dancer, and not a backup dancer, not a music video dancer. We're talking about the adult type of dancer. And guess what this mother was doing? This mother was teaching her little girl how to be a dancer too. dancing on the pole, doing all this other stuff that she's not supposed to be doing. How you gonna be a 25, 30-year-old woman and you teaching a 9-year-old kid how to dance on a pole? Tell me how that makes sense. It don't make no sense at all. See, this is why I'm saying these people, these parents, whatever, they get so worried about their kids being taken from them by a stranger and being sold. But they are literally training their kids how to sell themselves. And turn around and start getting angry, start getting anxiety, and start threatening people when somebody trying to take their kid from them because you train your kid how to sell themselves. No, you training your kid how to sell themselves. So how can you get mad when a kid go and sell itself? When that's what you trained your kids to do. These parents ain't parents no more. These parents is groomers. These parents is weirdos. These parents ain't parents. These parents is kids. I remember I just seen a video the other day. This person was explaining how they raising their kid. Their baby isn't a baby to them. Their baby is a they-be. Yeah, you heard that right. Their baby is a they-be because they're raising their baby to be a non-conforming biologist baby. That's what we're going to say. A non-conforming biologist baby. So instead of it being a baby, it's a they-be because the baby goes by they, them. Which is going to make no sense at all because it's a baby and the baby can't sit around and decide what the baby wants to be called because the baby doesn't even know what English is. The baby don't even know how to speak. All the baby know how to do is cry, eat, sleep, and poop. No, the baby only knows how to cry, eat, sleep, and poop. Maybe laugh a little bit here and there, but a baby don't even know how to crawl yet. And you talking about how the baby was exploring different names, different biologies, whatever the case may be, and the baby decided to come up with they then. How does that make sense? How does a baby, a 2-year-old baby, come up with a they then, come up with a biology that it wants to, be called? This is what I'm talking about, man. These parents are weirdos. These parents are injecting these kids with these toxic thoughts and these toxic mind and the toxic mind, toxicity. Period. And it's got to stop, man. Because these kids, these babies, they're the future. They're going to be the outcome of what we do. They're going to be the ones to take up the mantle, and if we don't teach them, if we don't train them the way they're supposed to be trained, the way they're supposed to be taught, they ain't gonna survive out there in the jungle. They ain't gonna survive in the wilderness. They ain't gonna survive nowhere. Say something happens, we get sent back to the golden age, right, or the stone age. Say if something happens, we get sent back to the stone age. And these babies grew up to be aliens. Don't know how to hunt, don't know how to fish, don't know how to forage for food, don't know how to build a cabin out of wood, don't know how to build a saw to cut down trees for logs. Guess what's going to happen? Mother Nature naturally is going to rid the world of them because they're going to, one by one, fall off. They're going to fall like flies. So when you don't raise your kids the way your kid is supposed to be raised, that's what's going to happen. So raise your kids the way your kids are supposed to be raised, and that ain't gonna happen. You gotta raise your kids to be top G's. You can't raise your kids to be nothing. You can't raise your kids to be aliens. You can't inject a toxic mind. You don't know what's gonna happen in the future. So the fact that you sit here trying to raise your kids as they be and inject all this toxicity into your child's mind at the age of 2, even since it was born, they talking about their biology isn't something that they usually talk about unless it's with a doctor or something like that because they're so sensitive to it. Man. See, this is why I wish I was on the uncensored platform, because I'd be going ham right now. I would be going ham right now. And it's funny, because it was Piers Morgan that was interviewing this person, trying to figure out what goes on in their head. Shout out to Piers Morgan when he be making these demons cry and melt down and doing everything else that he's supposed to do. He did what he's supposed to do because it's business. But yeah, man, these parents be injecting the kids with a toxic mindset, toxic thoughts, toxic ways. Everything these parents inject their kids with is toxicity. You seen this the person that did the Nashville tragedy that person was an alien. Yeah. That person was an alien because that person had been injected with a toxic mindset, toxic thoughts, toxic waves, and that person was an alien. Now get out of my life.